Finally, Warriors fans, Dub Nation, we have gotten the news that we have been waiting for multiple months at this point. 0-0, Jonathan Kuminga is back on the court for your Golden State Warriors. We have an exact game that he'll be suiting back up in the blue and gold. We'll talk about his return and a whole lot more as the Warriors have 17 games left in the regular season. But first, I know we haven't gotten a ton of videos here out on the channel this week. It's been hectic here at Chat Sports. NFL free agency is running wild, but I need your guys' help. I need 38 diehard Golden State Warriors fans to go down below and hit that big red sub button. If you love free, informative, entertaining Warriors content every day, because this is why you subscribe, to give you guys the Dubs updates you need, go down below and hit that big red sub button right now. All right, here's Anthony Slater's official report of Kuminga returning back to the Warriors lineup. He says Jonathan Kuminga is expected to return Thursday against the Sacramento Kings, the Golden State Warriors' next game. Kuminga will go through necessary final checkpoints, including tomorrow's practice, but plans for his 31-game absence to end as the Warriors prep for their playoff push. That was yesterday, and now the practice is going to come today. Looks like we'll be getting that final clearance from Rick Celebrini, the Warriors' medical guru, and he'll be back on the court against Sacktown. This is the best news yet for Golden State, man. Like, they have finally getting closer and closer to full strength. We don't know the status of Brandon Pajemski yet, obviously, but Kuminga returning back to this lineup is absolutely huge. And Anthony Slater went on to say that he's expected to be eased into action, and he's going to see some minutes restrictions very early on. Probably careful minutes restrictions. We're talking like maybe 15 to 20 minutes max in these first couple of games that Kuminga does play for Golden State since he's missed 31 straight games. And you know what? An ankle injury where he's got to be explosive and he's his most effective when he's most athletic. You know, you're going to take precaution with bringing him back in the lineup, and you don't want to kind of ruffle the feathers of what Golden State has been doing ever since the Jimmy Butler trade. But before the Jimmy Butler trade, and when Jonathan Kuminga was absolutely balling out, he was looking like that player that Golden State should want in a guy they're going to give a big contract to this summer. 21 points per night, almost 7 rebounds. He's been crashing the glass more effectively, and he's been making more of the effort plays that have carved him out a bigger role in Golden State's lineup. Also shooting the ball more efficiently than he ever has in his career, 37% from three-point range, and that was on 3.5 attempts a game. I'm not going to ask Kuminga to go out there and shoot 5, 6, 7 threes a night, but you know what? If he can go knock down 1 or 2 of 3 every single day, then that's good enough for me, because I know he's going to dive to the rim. I know he's going to put his shoulder into the chest of defenders and get to the rim and finish through contact. Kuminga is awesome getting downhill. Steve Kerr did say this as well about Kuminga's return. He said he has to feel right. He has to feel healthy. He has to feel explosive. We can't rush that. And he also talked about how he doesn't want Kuminga to rush into kind of wanting to be the hero again. You know, for many lineups that, you know, Kuminga was on the floor for Golden State, he was kind of manning things up and taking the keys and being the one dominating the ball, pounding the rock, and taking it down into the lane and finishing at the cup. Like, he brings a new dynamic to this Warriors team, but with the way that he's most effective, you can't put all this stress and you know, hand him the keys right away. It's like he's got to learn to ride the bike again. But if you're happy about Jonathan Kuminga returning, go down below and smash that thumbs up icon. Send good vibes that he comes back into this lineup and gets back to the level of player that he was before this injury was sustained. He had a couple of massive outings, 30-plus points here, 30-plus points there in the month of December. If you want to see all that back in full form again, make sure you go down below and hit that big thumbs up icon. All right, we're going to talk more about Kuminga in just a moment, because this introduction back into the lineup is going to be definitely something that is different for Golden State. You know, this is a new team that they're running out there since the Jimmy Butler trade, and Anthony Slater said this. He said, those who attended his workouts and Kuminga has looked lively scrimmaging in recent days, moving and jumping like his normal self. Kerr has said he plans to ease Kuminga back and has preached the need for patience from Kuminga and the rotation that'll have to be reworked around him. And that's kind of why I included this quote right here. The rotation is going to change a lot. Like, Golden State's going to see guys getting a ton of minutes right now, probably see their roles decrease a little bit as this end of the season push goes on, because, you know, there's just a finite number of minutes that you can go out there and give to your rotation. We're going to talk about all that stuff in just a moment. More on Kuminga and his reintegration back into this lineup, and then the race to the postseason and what's going to be most effective for Golden State to do over this final 17-game stretch. All that in a moment, but first, I got to give a major shout-out to today's sponsor, and that is PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports platform because it's daily fantasy made easy. Here's how it works. All you guys got to do is pick a lineup of 2 to 6 player stat projections and just pick more or less on those stat projections. They offer basketball. They offer hockey. They offer whatever you want. Darts, bowling, golf. It doesn't matter. They have it on PrizePicks. You can win up to 1,000 times your money. And it's so easy and so free to play. Like, they have it in all these states. They're always giving you other kinds of deals, like a free $50 in your account when you sign up using our promo code CLNS and place your first $5 entry. The deals don't stop just there, though. They got Taco Tuesday, where they discount stat projections. They got Flex Friday, where if you lose your lineup, you get it back to you in promo funds. It's so much fun to play. Conference tournaments are going on right now in college hoops. The professional playoff race is on its way, and get started having fun watching sports and winning real money on real time using PrizePicks. Like I said, 2 to 6 player stat projections can win up to 1,000 times your money. So download the app. Use our promo code CLNS for $50 instantly when you place your first $5 entry. You don't even need to win to receive the $50. It's guaranteed. PrizePicks. Run your game. All that information will be clickable down in the comment section and description of today's video. The Warriors, 37-28 at this point. They have 17 games left in the regular season, and they're going big game hunting. Remember when Steve Kerr said the 6th seed is the goal? They might be able to go up there and get the 4 seed, home court advantage in the first round of the NBA playoffs. If we take a look at the NBA standings as it says right now, obviously the Thunder are running away and probably aren't eligible to even be anything lower than the 1 at this point. Denver, they're at 2. The Lakers, they're at 3. They're both 11 and 12 games behind. No chance of them moving all the way up. The Grizzlies tied up with the Lakers. They're at 4. The Rockets at 5. And there's Golden State at 6. 3 games out of the 5 seed. 4 games out of the 4 seed. Kind of need the Grizzlies to slow down here a little bit if they want to get all the way up to number 4. But I think the 5 seed is completely in reach. And that's a matchup that I'm kind of hunting in the first round of the postseason with the Dubs, matching up with a young squad like the Memphis Grizzlies, who they've took care of in the postseason a couple years ago. What about matching up with the Rockets somehow? I don't know how that would all work out. I mean, that 4 through 6 seems kind of volatile right now, but keep in mind there's teams trailing right behind Golden State in that play-in race that could leapfrog them any moment. So they have to remain consistent. And bringing Jonathan Kuminga back into this lineup, that definitely raises some questions. Like, will this chemistry and what Golden State has been building over the last 10 games, or the last 15 games at this point, how will that all coincide? And will Kuminga kind of ruffle the feathers and take them out of the consistency that they've been going in? He's going to be playing a lot of minutes once he gets back up to speed, and that means that some guys are going to lose minutes in this rotation. And here's a few guys that could be the victims of that. Moses Moody, we obviously know, still, even when he starts, has a short leash with Steve Kerr. I love what Moody's been able to do, playing this small ball 4, super long wingspan, defending some of the better players at the big man positions in this league. But, and even getting stuck on the guards as well. He had a big assignment on Jalen Brunson when they played the Knicks last week. Like, I want to still see Moses Moody have a big role in this lineup. GP2, who plays the small ball 4 as well, and a lot of other like Swiss Army knife positions. We all know what GP2 does, but he's going to see his minutes probably go down a little bit. Guy Santos, who's really been coming along in the Dubs lineup over the last 10 games or so, is going to naturally see his minutes decrease. But I would like to see a guy like Buddy Hield's minutes decrease over a guy like Guy Santos, who's been playing really good defense, giving you a ton of effort, hitting open threes, being available as a cutter. Like, I love what I've seen from Guy, and I want to continue to see him improve and get more comfortable in this lineup. Quentin Post as well. Like, naturally, his minutes are just going to go down. Golden State's going to be playing a small ball brand of basketball when you throw Curry, Pods, Jimmy, Draymond and Kuminga out there potentially. We haven't seen these lineups yet. Like, that's kind of how I have to approach this. He's joining an entirely new team. Like, we're adding a 17-point per game guy, and that's no doubt about it. Like, yeah, maybe he won't be a 20, 21 point, 22 point per game scorer the rest of the season, but they're going to need him to perform. Like, Golden State knows that for them to reach their ceiling as a team, and for Kuminga to reach his ceiling as a player, they need him to come back from this injury and fit seamlessly back in the lineup. Joe Lacob has said that all signs point to Golden State giving Jonathan Kuminga big money this offseason. Well, if he's not necessarily coming back the strongest from this injury, then that's going to not only affect that, the financial things that are going to go on this summer, and the Warriors' playoff race to the postseason now, where they're trying to get one of these top seeds. And we haven't seen Kuminga on the court with Jimmy yet and this new squad. Like, there is a different dynamic to be had there. I am confident in Kuminga's ability to be a sponge, pick up stuff from Jimmy Butler, and share the court with him and be effective at the same time, because Jimmy's a smart player. Draymond's a smart player. Steph's a smart player. Even Pods is a smart player, kind of beyond his years at this point. And Jimmy thinks it's going to be fairly easy. Here's what he had to say about Kuminga's return recently. He said, hella athletic, can shoot it, can score in a multitude of ways, can definitely guard. I think he's going to come back and do what he's been doing. My job is to make it even easier on him. So come back and help us get some dubs. I'm excited for Jimmy Butler to not only help Kuminga as somebody who takes pressure off of him offensively, just let him roam around the court. And you know what? If he finds a lane to the rim to cut off the ball, go up there for the lob and catch it, I hope Jimmy is the one who's passing it to him. But I'm also excited for Jimmy to help Kuminga refine the parts of his game that need to be refined. Isolation basketball, smarter decision-making with the ball in his hands as far as being a playmaker goes. Better on-ball defender, better off-ball defender, which we know Jimmy's kind of been this free safety for Golden State, jumping passing lanes and always being active and taking away different opportunities for opposing offenses. I'm excited for Jimmy to have all those things trickle down to Jonathan Kuminga like they have for the rest of Golden State's young talent since they've made this trade for Butler. And you know what? If this all goes well enough, this team could make the 4 seed. Like, this team could legitimately be a threat in the Western Conference, and a team that, if they get the right bounces and matchups, like, could be seeing them in a Western Conference Finals appearance. I'm not joking on that. I don't think it's hyperbole that Golden State can make a deep playoff run with the way they've been playing now and adding another 17-point-per-game score back into the lineup. Hopefully, he's at 100%. What seed, though, will Golden State end up being in the NBA playoffs this season? You tell me. I'm crazy optimistic right now. They could get all the way up to the 4. 17 games left, 4 games back from that spot. They have to stay out of the play-in, though. What seed will the Dubs be in the NBA playoffs? Let me know down in the comments section. And make sure you are subscribed as well. We're almost at 77,500 subscribers, and we need 38 diehard Dubs fans to go down below and subscribe, because if you love daily Golden State Warriors coverage right here on YouTube and live watch parties, because we will be live for Kuminga's return on Thursday against Sacramento, go down below, hit that big red sub button. We'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, let's go Dubs.